I'll show you TweakUI program for tweaking Windows interface. It's used since Windows 95 until Windows XP. I'll try to be short if possible. In here you see a few tips, so you can save them to check it out. For policy, this is pretty much like advanced TweakUI, and you have lots of advanced things to check and modify. Don't play with that if you don't know what you're doing. And here you can change few candy stuff, including Windows version on desktop, usually used on evaluation versions. Over here, it's shown. Okay, move on. For focus, to see the orange thing when something pop-ups and you can't see it, and it goes orange for either 3 times or how much you want. For Alt tab, it's used when you actually can change how much rows and columns you can set. You have lots of windows, like 7 columns over here and 3 rows. You can increase that like over whole screen if possible. Not sure how much. Let's see. Okay, up to 15 rows and 28 columns. Okay, we're going for mouse. Change the menu speed over here. So if I right click over here, it counts how long does it take to hover on specific menu to load it. If I put it on fast, it will load immediately. If I try to put on slow, it won't load like forever unless you click on it. Okay, for double click, when I double click over here, it's pretty much loads fine. Depends on pixels how far it clicks. If I try to increase it, it will double click no matter how far, pretty much. If I try to set it on 1, if I try to double click around now, it won't be that effective like before. Drag is pretty much the same mechanism. So if I drag it, you can see it's dragging pretty much quickly. But if I try to increase it, it will require a bit more to drag it. If I drag it like this, it doesn't do any drag now, but when I try to pull it a bit further, it will. Okay, for hover, just hovering sensitivity, same thing for this sensitivity, so you get, if I try to do this around, it won't highlight. If I try to pull it a bit higher, it should. Okay, for hover time in milliseconds. Okay, moving on. Well, just the usual scrolling like in mouse settings. Xmouse is pretty much automatic focus, so if I enable it, it will focus on a specific window, and if I can set the auto race if needed, so that will immediately change between windows, and delay if needed. You get the point, right? Okay, in settings, you can change few various things, like the same few options over here. So no help, but there's still logo for some reason. Okay, there's many other things. Not really. I won't show all of it. This is for disabling hotkeys for Windows. I don't know any for now. To prevent accidental double clicks, this is used in single click option. So let's try. If I try to click it once, you might see some delay. Try to click it double, it will try to load it anyway. If I try to disable that, if I try to click it only once now, it will load quite faster. It won't detect it, so, but if I try to do it twice, it might be harder to. You get the point, yeah. Okay. Everything else, this for maintaining history. Just check the description anyway. This for sending the shortcut, so when you send it as shortcut, actually make it like this. So if I enable this, it should create the shortcut to that file, but that requires a lot of. This enables encryption, so if I try to do encrypt, never mind about this, just encrypt, the file is encrypted and no one else should be able to access it or decrypt it except you, unless, as you have seen in the warning, someone decrypts the actual file. Actually, it requires to encrypt the folder and then the file. But moving on. This is for classic start menu. And these options are for classic search. So you have the classic search like for Windows 95, 98 and stuff. So for like the usual stuff, which don't work quite. Okay, never mind. Okay, moving on. For shortcut, here you can change the look of shortcuts. You can pick the light arrow. It will apply on all shortcuts, or no shortcuts, which may cause some confusion if you don't know which one is it. For example, over here. Okay, let's decrypt it so you can see the actual difference. Unless you can see the actual description of file. But moving on, you can change to your own shortcut if you want, shortcut icon. Here you can change the colors of attributes if you want to change the compressed file attribute and the encrypted file attribute. So if I try to set it to encrypted, just do it. Well, it doesn't apply without logoff, so yeah, moving on. Thumbnails, change the quality of thumbnails in the pictures. Let's try to make it low and weak if possible. Not sure if it will make any effect. Not much of a difference for now. So the problem requires to recreate the thumbnails. Okay, for command keys, this is used for the keyboards which require some special, which we have some special video keyboards which want to do, yeah, do what you want with that. For customizations, it pretty much defines how many folders can be saved, can have saved those, oh my god, how much oh, hold on, just to simplify it, it's just the customization history. So it remembers the last 400 folders which have been changed. Like if I change to icons, it will be saved for now, like until another 400 customizations are made. For slideshow, it's used in the Explorer slideshow file in here. So if I change it like, actually I'll keep it like this, so it will change like every 5 seconds or so much. Let's set it on like 300, actually no, 1000 milliseconds. So let's see. Okay, it's changing. Okay, let's speed it up to 300. Maybe that's that's a lot enough. Okay, let's pretty much increase it a bit more. So let's make it 60. Nah, actually 100. Actually, let's increase it a bit more. Decrease it. Let's make it 60 anyway. Let's try 20. Oh wait, that's what I have to reload first. The page, it will apply the only 300 milliseconds or 100. Let's try now. Actually, maybe it doesn't do anything. Okay, it does. Okay, that was quite strange. Let's try to increase it. Okay, now it's quite messed up. Actually, it's quite nice slideshow. One picture per millisecond. Actually, it's per 60 milliseconds. Okay, let's not mess up with that. Moving on, common dialogues. The common dialogues are used for this. This is pretty much the common dialog, and you can see that it has changed. That's nice. So autocomplete is used to pretty much for this, but I don't know if it works for now. This for remembering is pretty much for here, and showing back button will remove this if I uncheck it. Actually, it was supposed to be. Okay, let's try again. Okay, now it's not showing up. Hold on. Places bar. Again, that's this side. Let's add a few custom places. You can hide it if you want. But in general, let's put some random stuff. Okay, let's apply. Open. And you can see that things have changed. And that's how you can change your places. Nothing special. Oof. For taskbar, usual stuff. This is quite annoying for people, so in here you can disable low disk space notification, but that's quite old, so these days it's quite not needed. And a few more tips, stuff. Grouping, this is for grouping the same program windows, so I have two of these, so if I try to group it like this, it will merge it immediately. If I try to add 3 or 4, let's try to put it like over 5 windows. It won't apply for now, but if I try to put it on 4, it will apply. That's how grouping seems to work. But I won't explain a bit further. Frequently used programs are pretty much this part. This pinned part, and this for frequently used programs, and you can choose if you want to enable or disable the things in here, or simply remove it from the list. For desktop, you can let's close this. Oh my god. Okay. In here you can turn off all icons. The same thing you can do in actual Windows folder, actual display settings. And here you can choose which is the first icon on the desktop. I can send it to my computer, so after this it should be set on top. Not Internet Explorer, my computer should be. Okay, for my computer icons you can add control panel and nothing else special. Moving on. Wait. For drives you can change which drives you can see on my computer, and you can still access them. Suppose special folders. These are like these are already defined folders in Windows. Change what we want. Yeah, moving on. Autoplay is pretty much the option for changing for launching something from CD or USB stick immediately, which may cause various malware to run if you don't know what you're actually running. but you know that thing. It won't do actual immediately run stuff on USB sticks, only on CD-ROMs. Here you can enable the autoplay on specific drives. Here you can specify autoplay for specific types for CD or removable. And here you can choose which handlers to which autoplay handlers to do. So if you insert some DVD video, you can use this option should be available for specific type. You can see what the hell you can do in here. But I should explain that. For here you can choose child letter position, left, right, or nowhere. For control panel you can choose which panels should be shown. So you can disable all of it or enable all of it. So if I disable these view options, this should be gone. For templates, this is for creating new files. So let's try adding something. For example, video clip, and when I apply that, every new video clip will actually be that video, which is actually a clock. You know that. So moving on. You can delete if you want. So yeah, moving on. For Internet Explorer, this for autocorrect backslash to slash. You know that how it works. Moving on for that, I have no idea how to do that anyway. This is for toolbar backgrounds, so you can change the actual backgrounds of toolbars. I'll show you which are. Just let me change it first. Okay, this should be applied for Internet Explorer. As you can see, that's the background for toolbar, and for Explorer is this. Okay, then next, this search prefix is pretty much like typing some, pretty much like hotkey, but we typing on address bar. Let's do some example. Let's try some. Okay, I'll add just this part. Let's create in over here. So the only string you need is this. So let's remove this part and add here as to be used as string. And now let's type like goo. And now if I try to type goo something, it will use Google for searching something. Stay with me, I'm also going nuts. For source editing, choose what you can do with source editor, or simply this. What do you want to launch with this? Small animation, large animation used in Internet Explorer and just in actual Explorer. You can. This is actually the old animation, not the actual Internet Explorer animation. It doesn't apply on my computer, actually on Windows Explorer, but it should apply on Explorer, Internet Explorer. I'm messing up with this as much as I'm trying to demonstrate this as much as I can. Usual. I have never seen this, how it works. I have no idea how it's this, how is this, what is this. So yeah, skip that. And for now, command prompt. Let's see if there are any files. So this is supposed to show the actual full file depending on type. Let's change to my documents. Now if I try to do like TW and type tab, it should pick the first file with a match, or the second one. So you can, like, how to say that, scroll through the until you pick the wanted file. No idea what the hell was that. Okay, and for the directory completion, that's a bit different. There's nothing associated with that now, so I'll put Control A. Let's rerun it anyway. Okay, so we have few directories, so let's try with F. Control A, and now we have the whole favorites folder, but we need to do like this to apply it somehow. Word separators are pretty much like spacebars, pretty much like alternative to spacebar or actual space. So is the default word separator. So yeah, like that. So if I try to do like this, for now it won't doesn't know anything. If I try to do editing here, let's rerun it to apply it if possible. So if I try to do cd comma favorites, it does apply now. So it's just word separated. For selection coloring, let's do. Whoa, no. Oh my. Okay. Selection. Let's just put some text. Okay, selection coloring. This is pretty much marking the specific part. Use Control and then some number to paint it. Mark something else. Use Alt and some other number to paint it with only font. And if I try to do Control Shift Control something, I have no idea what I have done. You can actually change the color and the color of the background and color of the text. You can't do that. And yeah, something special, no idea if it's useful. For log off, nothing special. You can show the administrator, which is shown on safe mode. For passing auto check batch file, it's pretty much for checking for set comments. Used for the environment stuff, whatever. For automatic logout, you can use this, so it will automatically log you in without using any password or something else. If you log off or lock, you'll still have to know the password to log in, unless you want to restart. Then it's pretty much quite unsafe. You know that crap about Outlook Express and unread mail on locking the screen. That's it. So disable it if you want, but that's seriously outdated, so not needed. This option is used for copying all the options from your actual Now theme to logon theme. So if I try to change the hold on, where the hell is that? Try to change the mouse settings. Let's just try to change to black cursors, and this should be applied to log on screen after transferring. For screensaver, the grace period depends how much does it take for you to remove the screensaver and still stay logged in. If you remove the screensaver after this time, you'll have to type the password. So I'll try to put it on like 1 minute, and now wait. Let's speed it up. Okay, now we have the screensaver. So if I try to do it after 5 seconds, it will lock. Now let's try to wait once again. Okay, and yeah, that was quite short, and now it didn't ask for any password. So much about it. And here you can change various permissions or something, I don't know pretty much, and that's very advanced thing. So yeah, pretty much don't play with this. And in here you can rebuild and repair some stuff if something breaks somehow. So let's try to repair the icons, and this should pretty much fix all icons if you screw it up somehow. That's all about it, at least for Windows XP. Whew. I forgot to restart to see the log of changes. Okay, you can see the version and automatic login, so that seems to work. Okay, let's just log off, and you can also see that the cursor stayed, so pretty much whole team applied. And that's pretty much about it now, finally. That's it. Bye. Yeah.